Hey, everybody, and welcome to Never Split the Party's Wayward Sons, a supernatural campaign, not carpaign, using the Cortex Classic RPG system. I'm having some internet difficulties. I still never sorted. That wasn't my internet problem.
Adding a mark to that. Yeah, there we go. Stream marker used right now.
My desktop is still out of commission right now. I think I'm moving out of my basement and into my children's toy room, and they're going to take over the basement. So haven't tried fixing the desktop too hard because I might be able to wire right in.
Oh my.
Can we tell where the noise is coming from?
I
No.
imagine me, like I said, it's probably my lap or computer.
No. That's
Oh, this is a new
I'm
door.
sorry, everybody. I don't know what's going on with that. Who's on?
Right.
Wait.
In addition to
The
other
marker.
technical difficulties, if I happen to drop internet while we are streaming, I'm going to have the guys do a bit of a character review session, or briefly, while I run upstairs and plug directly into my router, and you get to see my really dark living room. So I don't know how well webcam will work, but we'll figure it out. For everyone who doesn't know, my name is Dustin. I am the GM, assuming the Cortex system still uses GM, game master either way, for this campaign and most campaigns that we run on our channel. I will let my lovely Cass and Patrick introduce themselves next, and then we'll get into a very brief recap before jumping right into tonight's episode of Wayward Sons.
Hi, my name is Patrick, and I'm playing a character who's very skeptical of the supernatural, and normally pretty nice, but holds a grudge.
And loud when he drinks.
And insanely loud by normal standards, normally.
And
Exacerbated
obnoxious.
whilst inebriated.
All right, and I'm Justin, and I don't actually know how to. I don't know how do we do this? How do we introduce ourselves now?
You're the religious one?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm the one that cares about
You believe
stuff.
in witchcraft and wizardry on a real level?
I mean,
I was kidding.
Yeah. So, guess that's me. I'm the anxious one. That's it. That's me. Anxious.
That's true.
My name
You're
is
the-
Chris.
Gluten-free one.
Yes, actually gluten-free. No,
Yeah.
not me,
I was
Justin.
Skip.
But yeah, my name's Chris, and I thought we were going clockwise.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, all right. So yeah, my name's Chris. I am basically the practical joker because that's my life. I like jokes. I don't take life seriously or religion.
Or religion. It's its own separate spot.
Yeah.
Jokes. Don't believe in things. And I'm Michael. And like Patrick, I'm pretty skeptical, but do believe there are plenty of things we can't explain. At least yet.
Michael, your webcam makes you look like the character art I did of you. I don't.
That's true. It does. And Dustin just cut out pretty bad. So yeah, my skills. I've
Oh, good. I
got.
lost internet. All right, I'm gonna head upstairs and plug in. You guys finish introductions.
Oh, no.
Someone else do the recap. I'll run upstairs and plug in.
All right, I'm switching us to our after party logo just so we can not look weird. Yeah, I guess we'll go over skills then. So what skills you guys got?
So
You also want us to go over a recap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
go.
that too, yeah.
Did Chris intro himself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed it entirely. All right, I'm going upstairs. Be back, guys. Sorry for the delay, everyone.
Oh, it's so bad. It is so bad. I mean, we could go over our skills, but we already did that during character creation. We could just talk about how bad of a person.
Patrick, stop being a bad
Hey.
player. You didn't talk about skill.
We
Hey,
didn't. You're right.
he's still here.
Oh well, I mean, a recap. Yeah, so we're all on a camping trip or a glamping trip, as Dustin liked to call it.
It's just camping.
Time. We're just in cabins. That's all. But we playing board games and drinking beer and stuff, and just so happens that our friend Dustin that was with us, who is gone now and actually gone in the game because he might have been killed by something, he disappeared, and next to his bed was a bunch of gross stuff like skin and teeth and hair and which is weird because he doesn't have hair.
That's very true.
Well, on his head, I don't know, but the rest of him is probably.
I've never seen
tends
it
to
that
do
way.
so.
He is a naked mole rat.
So yeah, most of the episode was just us kind of screwing around and making fun of each other. And
I found some cool stuff out in the woods.
yeah, you found some creepy stuff out in the woods that you should not have told. Touched. Should not have touched that.
Yeah, and Justin's all sorts of like skeeved out because it might be a witch.
I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't touch it. I mean, even if I didn't believe in it, I probably wouldn't touch it anyways.
Well, I mean, he does have his own now because you guys,
You have
found
your own.
random,
That's true. You made your own.
found and made your own. Out of what was it? Animal bones and whatever. Chris's hair.
Yeah, a little bit of my hair, a lock of my hair, my luscious locks that Dusty is so very jealous of.
We met that girl Ashley who investigates the. What was it? She was investigating like paranormal stuff.
Yeah, she was a paranormal blogger.
Yes, her attitude is BS.
She was really nice to me, because I wasn't a jerk. And
That's because you placed your
apologized.
balls in her purse.
You
I
just
mean,
handed
no.
over the man
Are you
card.
kidding me? Mine were at home with my wife.
Good point.
Yeah, so Dustin's missing, and there's a bunch of gross around where he was. So we are kind of freaking out and trying to find, or maybe I'm freaking out. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah,
In
trying
terms
to
of
figure out where he went.
skills, my best skill is jury rigging because luring engineering. I threw together I actually did on Sunday when our fermenter went to shit.
That's true.
I jury rigged the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as a result of Chris had Patrick luck that day.
I did.
So we're brewing. I had a flawless brew session.
Yep.
And I was done way before Chris and Pete both were, and they had the help of a professional brewer, and I beat them through every step.
You also started before us.
Then because you guys, that was fair.
Yep. I'm just kidding.
And then Chris broke his chilled chamber, and as a result, I had to move my beer 30 miles south, which was not fun or easy.
That sounds extremely relevant to this game.
It is because jury rigging.
Yeah.
It is because
Totally
I might
is.
have a better craft brewery or a craft brewer score than Chris Loring.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to use your last name.
I already said luring engineering.
Oh, that's
Jury
true.
rigging.
You've
Jury
also
rigging,
said it
aka
before.
luring engineering.
Yeah. Plus, what are people gonna do with your name on the internet? I mean, come on.
Facebook stock.
Security number?
That's fine. I don't use Facebook. It's out there if you guys want to add me.
Yeah. Yeah. So my best skill is actually programming. Most of my skills are like knowledge stuff and lore.
Yeah, but you program in a proprietary language.
So, yeah, I do. But I also program in not proprietary language. It's not at work. Kind of sucks. But yeah, no, I got drive. I got a little bit of guns, knowledge, religion, lore, mythology, perception, video games.
Did you give yourself 8 points in perception for video games?
Yes, I don't know why, but that is in the book.
It's the same reason why brewing's in there.
Yeah, video games is in the book, and it's under perception. I don't know. I don't get it.
Be in the games, in the book. That's why I was asking, because you can make things up. So I assume that he just made.
Yeah, no, it's definitely in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why video games is in the book or what it does. It doesn't explain any further.
I don't think it does anything unless you get into a weird challenge where you have to like play some kid in an arcade. Also, think about it this way: in Supernatural, they scam people by pretending to be really bad at pool, and then sharking them, and that's how Dean makes a bunch of his money, especially in the early seasons.
I mean, I don't know. I figured it was what?
Felicia Day, video games.
Oh, Dustin's back, but without video.
I'll fix that.
Yeah, I don't know what it does, but I figured it was on point for me, so I just picked
with
it.
perception, I think you're just really good at viewing. Oh, the darkness.
Cast magic missile at it.
Magic missile of the darkness.
For me, my best.
Oh, a
skill-
video game shark, you say? Like
I believe. Well,
a
I mean,
game
you can
shark.
think about it this way. Say we get blasted into the past, and we're in a 1980s or early 90s arcade. You're gonna walk in, and you're gonna be like, I'm not that good at Miss Pac-Man, but I mean, I'll try. And then you just con some poor kid out of $2.75 because you do that because you're a trash.
And that's an 80s money too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said $2.75. That kid's rich.
That's like
I think my I think my strengths are not gonna be foreign to at least Chris. I put a 10 in politics.
Of course he did.
I put an 8 in persuasion. I put an 8 in bureaucracy. And I put an 8 in outdoor life, which was survival. Because I'm a Boy Scout, or was a Boy Scout. Not a boy no more. Man. God, what a...
Whoa,
I think
jeez,
Dustin finally...
Dustin.
I think
Okay.
he actually did die.
I'm gonna put another marker.
I forgot to mute myself that time.
It was good. It was good. You're good.
Nope, still dark.
you need the light in front of you.
Yeah, it
Not
doesn't.
behind you.
None of my. Oh God.
Just put it right in your face.
No, we're telling a horror story, right? Oh God, it's so
Yeah.
bright.
It just looks like you're sitting in front of a campfire.
Put a shade over it.
Own shades, Christopher. What, I look like a Rockefeller?
I don't either,
Something-
but I just assumed that's what
Something
normal
flammable
people
in the
had.
front.
I'm just gonna tuck really flammable paper into the bulb and see. Nope, still spooky. All right.
That's actually fine.
Yeah, this paper's gonna catch on fire midstream. So when you guys start actually seeing a fire,
Is it-
could you let me know?
Do you not have LED lights?
No,
Oh, they're cheap and they last forever.
you're cheap and you last forever.
He
I
got-
can confirm. Can confirm.
Here. Oh, what if I just knock this lamp over? Does that give me some?
Love you.
I'm gonna go with this. Whatever.
Hey, that works.
So now
Yeah.
you,
That works
the
fine.
blinds behind you catch on fire.
I don't care. Oh God, this is so bad. Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulties. I got all the way up here. I set up myself terribly. I don't have any like tables in my living room, so I'm using a clothes hamper as an elevator for the webcam. And as I'm about to plug in the Ethernet cord, which I move my router right next to my PC, my laptop, I have a newer model laptop that doesn't have a Ethernet port. So I'm just it's as close to my router as I can, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. Oh God, this light's so hot. All right, did you guys get the recap done all right?
Yep.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
That's fine.
So
Dustin
basically,
dead.
We
And
got
that's
it
about
as good as you'd expect us to do.
did you guys remember that you touched a witch effigy?
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't
and-
think we mentioned it.
Yeah,
And they
that
made
was-
fun of me
that
for
was-
it.
Yeah. That was
And
the thing that Justin was afraid of.
Yep.
Remember
And they
we
made fun of
mentioned
me
it?
for it again in this. What the hell? Who's doing this?
Off to a good start, guys.
all of you guys,
This is
please
great.
mute yourselves until you have to speak. And I'm gonna come over to your house individually tomorrow and break everyone's kneecaps, including my own. After. So you guys also got Ashley the hiker, and you got Joseph the camp manager.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, then. If you guys are ready to get started, hopefully everything holds out and none of you makes awful sounds again. Thank you guys for hanging in with the Twitch stream, Twitch chat. Don't mind that I'm going to look like very red, like I got a nice suntan, even though I don't go out in the sun.
Oh, you mean rage emote?
Yeah, I look like the rage emote, which you get for being a tier 2 subscriber on Twitch. Oh, wait, is it tier 3? Oh, God, it's tier 3. No one's ever going to get that, which is probably why it's a rage emote. All right, so picking up, you guys are literally standing over a pile of, it looks like kind of goopy, or it's not necessarily a liquid, but it kind of looks like grossly layered and empty skin, along with a number of fingernails and even more teeth. There's nothing else in the pile. There is no hair, you bastards.
Well, you don't have any to leave.
Yeah, precisely. There is no Dustin in the bed either of this smaller 2-person cabin. The only other person, we've got you guys as the party in the cabin. You've got Peter, your friend, and Steve, your friend. Peter was the one that approached you guys about Dustin being missing, and you all ran over to cabin 2 where he was. And Steven has been sleeping for some time now. He had a little bit too much to drink.
I believe it was me and Justin actually went to go get Joseph.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that was the plan. Oh, right. And as you guys got approached his cabin, you were maybe a couple feet away when the campground's power went out.
Yes.
It is pitch black outside. You see a number of stars in the sky above you, but they don't cast illumination that you can really see by. The moon itself, it's a new moon or the very beginning of a new moon, provides no light. You guys probably have cell phones on you, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You can bust out your cell phones for light if you so choose. Just knowing that if the power stays out, you guys don't necessarily have a way to recharge your phones.
All right. Yeah.
I mean-
I'm breaking out that cell phone on the flashlight setting.
Okay. As you
Not me.
as you click on the light, the campground takes on a much more sinister feeling. While all the buildings are fairly new and the grounds themselves are well maintained, as you cross your light, you only get this small scope of area. So you see, grass that's getting slightly wet as night falls, trees off to the side, Joseph's cabin ahead of you, which is a dark brown wood and doesn't stand out terribly well in the faint light. And kind of scanning around, you hit the stoned man, which is the statue in the center of the campground, and it gives off a kind of unusual shine as your light hits it, but not enough to really aid in the illumination. You can't see the lake from where you are, or even any of the other cabins beyond yours directly behind you, and Joseph's directly in front of you. You still head to Joseph's cabin?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, you guys are coming from the back of the cabin where he has the canoes and the kayak set up, which you guys are talking to him about at the campfire. You come around, I think it was the campfire, I might be lying. You come around to the front, and as you do so, you hear the door creak open, and outside of it walks Dustin, looking no worse for the wear, and rather happy with himself, I guess, or happy with what's going
want
on.
to be done with Dustin?
Yeah. What? That's not.
Happy?
That out of character.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know. In character, I don't know
That's
if
pretty
I
good
think
though.
he'd be happy.
No, I turn immediately to.
You are actually back in the cabin.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So shut your whore mouth.
Oh, sorry.
You are looking at a pile of goop and trying not to vomit, I assume, or maybe wake Steven. Dustin raises his hands and says, "Hey, what's up? What's going on, guys? I was just talking with Joseph. He's actually way cooler than I thought. He likes comic books. How cool is that?"
What did you leave? What is that next to your bed?
Oh, that shit that looks like cat vomit. I know, that's wicked gross.
Yeah, what is that?
I asked Joseph to clean it up. I was gonna grab him when he was at the fire, but I guess you guys just wrapped up as I left the cabin. I passed
Okay.
Pete, but he was real drunk. He kind of stumbled off to the side. He's gotta stop drinking. He's gotta
All right.
What?
Well, let's at least get some candles from Joseph.
Yeah, but wait, Pete said he didn't know where you were.
Pete was real drunk. I don't think he knows where
It
he
wasn't
is.
that bad.
Or maybe you had him at a better moment than I did.
Okay. Anyways, I'm still
Right.
gonna go talk to Joseph.
Yeah, we need some candles. He said he
Yeah.
has lots of them.
I've got a couple of candles in my pocket. I was walking out when the lights went out. I could probably give you guys 2, and we take 2 to our cabin. We don't need more than that, do we?
We might. I mean, we should probably have at least one for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's knock on his door and see if Joseph's still in there, still accepting visitors. He turns and he kind of gives a hard rap on the door. Nothing happens.
I don't know if it's just you playing yourself as that a character. I don't know if it's just you playing yourself, but this is very suspicious. And if you were actually acting like this, I'd probably be pretty suspicious of you.
That's the biggest problem here.
Yeah.
Clearly, we as players know something hugely wrong. The
Yeah.
question is, do we trust you in this situation?
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I think we would, because
I don't want to put it in your mouth. If you say you guys want to pursue further,
Yeah,
please
you
pursue
do.
further. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to stop you from saying what you want to say. Thank you, Patrick.
I mean, out of character, I feel like
is the door unlocked?
You reach past Dustin and kind of jiggle the door, and it is unlocked. Yeah, and Dustin looks at you and says, "Michael, that's a little rude. I mean, he could be getting naked or something, and I don't know, skeevy, man. Let's just wait till morning. We got candles enough."
no, let's not. Let's just
We should
come
also
in.
probably bring some candles over for Ashley as well.
That's a nice gesture.
Well, then, do you guys want to get some from Joseph, and I can bring these 4 over to Ashley?
Why don't we
Why
just all
don't
stick
you-
together?
why-
Because it's dark.
Because I'm
That
not
or
scared of
even-
the dark, you pansies. What is this?
That or why don't you go let was it Peter and Patrick and Chris know you're fine? Because they're probably pretty worried about you.
That's also
Would you
true.
guys be? I'm sorry, I got to interrupt.
Huh?
Would you guys be that suspicious of Dustin?
No, but I would be freaking out at this point.
He's being helpful.
I
Would
would
you
be-
ever
yeah.
expect Dustin to be helpful?
I mean, Dustin can't be helpful.
But he's
Whenever-
not
well,
that
actually,
friendly.
no. Whenever he's over somebody else's
And
house,
never
Dustin is pretty
useful.
helpful.
It's the friendliness. It's that.
Yeah, that
He's
is.
got when he's being helpful, he's more administrative.
Yes.
And- I mean,
When I laugh, I shake the whole world over here.
Not to mention, like, I still kind of believe Pete that he didn't see him, because I don't think, like, I've seen, I don't think Pete would get that bad. So, anyways,
and
I'm also
with
freaking
human
out.
teeth. There's
This is
human
not a good
teeth in
spot.
there.
yeah, this is not a good place to be right now. Like this, like if this were to happen in real life, I'd be freaking the hell out. That's for sure. And I'd probably want to stay as close to as many people as possible, without
Yeah. So
Letting
my verdict is, Dustin, why don't you go see Chris, Peter, and Patrick? Because they're worried, they think you're missing.
Sure, I can head over there. I'll go there right now. Do you guys want to grab onto a candle, like just in case, or you guys good with Joseph's?
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you leave me one?
Okay, he passes
Thank
one
you.
to you. Michael, the candle he passes you is not like the long stick of a candle you might expect. It's actually more like a stump of a candle. It looks like it's been melted a little bit a couple times before, and it is pure black. The wax, is that what candles are made out of? I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
The,
They're made out of
the
wax.
wax is pure black. Not that you don't get black candles at the store, just it's not maybe what you're expecting from campground.
Not a
I
candle.
mean, that is kind of weird for like just a candle to have around. Like, who just buys black candles for reasons that are not ritual? That's just kind of weird.
Are you asking Dustin the character, or
Huh?
are you asking Dustin the character?
No, I mean, like, that's just kind of my thought process.
Well, you're also superstitious, religious, and touched a witch juju thing, so
That is true,
when
and
he
we have
had
seen
it-
witch stuff around, so
Now, specifically, when he pulled out the candle, did he literally reach in, pull out one candle, and handed me this, or did he pull out all the candles and hand me this one specifically? More or less, did I see the rest of the candles?
I wish I had done the second one because that sounds way cooler. But no, he pulled one out of he's got he wears cargo shorts because he's that cool. He pulled one out of his cargo pockets and handed it to you.
Okay, yeah, no, I wouldn't think anything else at the time.
I know
that's just kind of weird.
I know Cortex doesn't use like general perception. Could you guys give me? I want a roll from both of you.
I mean, I have it. We have.
You know what?
Perception.
It's not.
What are you looking for?
I want to find the attribute you'd roll. It's probably
Alertness.
alertness, but then the skill that I'd like to attach. I don't have a list of skills on here.
Well, you say what we're doing, and we tell you if we think we have a skill that fits the bill, and then you
Yeah.
either agree or disagree.
If you're trying to figure out someone, I think it would be like alertness and perception.
You guys are trying to, okay, fine. Alertness and perception. Justin, about your complications, do you have anything about being scared? Because you mentioned you're kind of freaked out.
No, other than you actually on
Paranoid?
obsessed is mine, and that's kind of what happens to me is I get obsessed with things and I just don't stop thinking about them, and it kind of turns into that sort of like oh god, something's wrong. I need to make sure that nothing's wrong.
Okay, roll me, both of you guys, alertness, perception, and for you in particular, Justin, go ahead and roll me obsession
Okay.
as a negative. So obsession will reduce from your overall score.
What is my obsession at?
Yeah,
You
so
also
I'm
gain a
actually-
plot point for having to use a complication
Yep.
in there.
So I got a 7 altogether.
Okay, and Michael,
I got a 6 because I don't actually have anything in perception.
is there anything else you think would work better for you? We will get faster with skills, folks. This is really our first time having to roll in the system, and it uses a little bit more of a complex roll.
The only thing I could think that might pop up is general survival skills, but I don't actually know if it would apply for this particular role because I don't know what you're having us roll to look at
Nope,
or
that's cool.
catch.
Just oddities with a friend. I think perception made the most sense, anyways. I'll say with a 6.
Actually, if anything, then the thing I would say is my complication of duty to my friends might be affecting me.
I mean, I have empathy. Would
In
that
other
have-
words,
Ever reduce from your overall roll? If you want to roll that for a plot point, though, I could see that working. But you already rolled, so we'll have to put complications in beforehand.
Yeah.
So I will say that you guys don't notice anything different enough. So we'll leave you guys for now as Dustin kind of walks off into the darkness, not using any lights. And we'll come back to Patrick and Christopher. Patrick and Christopher, you guys are in the cabin with Peter and Steven and the pile of goop. What are you guys up to?
I'm taking a closer look at this pile of goop. You said there's like teeth and whatnot in there, right?
Oh yeah, there's very visible teeth, and it's more so than it's not like someone like busted teeth out of a mouth. You see not only what would normally be visible when people are like talking, but also all the stuff that would be up in the gums normally is also
like all the roots of the teeth and
roots
such?
of the teeth. Yes, thank you.
All right. So do they look clearly human? Because I do have an animal skill.
Okay, fine. If you just have the animal skill, I don't think it's worth rolling. If you have skill with animals, yeah, these don't look like any animal you'd be familiar with. Definitely look more human. Like you can see the front teeth, incisors, molars. Like you get the full set. And again, like they look a little weird because you don't usually see teeth without covers. You don't usually see down to the roots, but yeah, you make a pretty good assumption that those are human teeth.
All right. Yeah.
The fingernails look very human as well.
Oh, there's fingernails there too?
And I guess if you look even closer, there's also toenails.
All right. How badly does it smell?
Smells like rotting flesh. Yeah. Smells pretty gross.
Well, what do you guys think? Patrick?
I think that you got drunk and you played a terrible freaking joke.
This is not my caliber of joke, and you know that.
Oh yeah, and you didn't hack my computers back when we were at work.
Oh, I did that.
Oh, and you didn't scare me constantly when I come over your house.
I like the jump scares. I don't like this. This stuff smells. I have to sleep in this room, Patrick.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oh, I don't have to sleep in this room.
But also, neither would Patrick.
Oh, but yeah, no smells. I wouldn't mess with this. I'm a one and done kind of guy. Wait.
Yeah, he is, says Peter, a little unsteadily. More like half a one and done. I gotta stop touching the.
What could you even make this out of?
I have no idea.
Well, if you got enough Play-Doh and maybe some paper mache and a little bit of skunk, maybe. Peter offers, not necessarily helpfully.
No.
Well, this is beyond that. What is the consistency of the goop? I'm gonna touch it. Okay.
As opposed to being an actual pile of goop or liquid, you could sink your finger into it if you needed to. Oh god, I can't do that again in an early episode. You kind of you're maybe a little bit less squeamish than Patrick. You might even pinch it and pull it up a little bit, and it actually comes up a little bit. So it's more like snake skin.
It's very viscous. Oh, all right.
It's like snake skin except human skin thickness.
Oh.
You ever take a bite of a piece of pizza and the cheese comes off with you?
Precisely so. Cheese pizza. Slightly more connected cheese pizza.
Is it warm? Is it cold?
You guys haven't been in there for very long. Dustin was in there for a while without you guys. It's probably warm-ish. Not like steaming hot or anything, and you don't see steam coming off it or anything, but it's warm to the touch. It's not cold.
All right, let's get Steven up. So I kind of walk over, kind of nudge him. Steven
eventually comes awake groggily, and is not very happy about it. He does not like being woken up. What? It is still dark out.
Yeah, it is. Did you see Dustin?
Is that a trick question? I saw him earlier today. We were all there.
Have you seen him lately? And I kind of point to the goop on the floor. That's supposed to be where he's sleeping.
Oh my god, I thought that smell was you. Oh.
It's not much different.
You're right, but
I was sleeping. I think maybe I heard Dustin talking to someone. I don't know, guys.
What was he saying? Who's he talking to? Is it his wife?
No, I don't. It sounded like someone else might have been in the room, but I was really tired, guys. Maybe. Oh god, I'm gonna have a hangover, aren't I?
Probably.
I don't usually do that, but that's fine. It might have been Joseph, the camp guy. It kind of sounded, deeper, burlier voice, right?
All right. Well, maybe we should probably go talk to Joseph then. Safety in numbers and all, right, Patrick?
Yeah, whatever. This is stupid.
The room being dark, I'll say you guys are using your phones, just limited to see. You don't need too much to actually look around, but everything is dark as the power goes out.
I'm just I'm just seething. I'm just real angry at whoever's playing this prank. I still suspect Chris.
It's fair.
Very fair.
Hasn't
we have
Peter done pranks before too? Am I wrong about that?
Peters are less involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peters are
Do we
more like,
have
hey, you
cell
need to
reception?
change your blinker fluid.
Cell reception in here. With the power being out, I'd say no. I think the main cabin has some sort of relay, but with no power to it, it doesn't actually. You guys cannot call out. And no internet access, which is fun. So you guys are going to leave the cabin?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Peter's definitely going with you. Steve asked, can I just go back to sleep?
You really want to in this? You could go to sleep with this smell? Yeah, you can sleep at anything.
Yeah, he can
Going
sleep at
with
anything.
you.
He's already half asleep as you guys are talking to him. Like he's drifting into his pillow.
All right. Well, let's go.
Okay. You guys head on out. Anyone bust out their cell phone for an actual flashlight while they're walking through the path?
I'm saving my battery life.
Okay.
But don't you have like 1 billion battery charge things?
Oh yeah. No, actually, I do have a huge friggin' battery. Yeah, so of course I
the
will.
power
Yeah,
bank.
you bring that. You bring that everywhere with you.
I do.
Do
Bring
you have that on your Do you have that on your inventory list?
You weren't muted the first time. You then muted yourself.
Yeah. Because I'm so used to being muted.
I haven't actually made my inventory because I don't know how inventory
Then you
works.
use a plot point.
Yeah, it's a narrative game.
Oh
You
yeah,
can do that.
yeah.
We could also say you use the plot point if you need it for a battery charge. I wouldn't
later,
use it
yeah.
preemptively. Well, not necessary.
So yeah, I guess flashlight. Boop.
Okay. So as you guys follow the path, you kind of keep it kind of more angled to the path so you guys can follow it. And nothing really that out of the ordinary. It's just really dark. And it is kind of spooky because this area you guys are in is probably one of the more isolated due to the way the mountains rise up. The access for you guys is a pretty small path through like a ravine. And it's very isolated and you guys kind of know it. And like some sounds echo where you hear maybe some nightlife, like, bugs chirping or something, or, some animals screeching as they fly through the sky. It's a little ominous just by nature of dark and new and isolated. But you make it to the cabin without incident. You make your way to the front and you give the door a bang to see if they're in.
Yeah.
All right, Justin and Michael, you guys hear banging on the door.
Who is it?
I'm sorry. I need to give you guys probably about 5 minutes in there because you just sent Dustin out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Chris, Patrick, and Co. in about 5 in-game minutes. Justin and Michael, you guys enter into Joseph's cabin. And the way the cabin is laid out is when you walk in, there are walls immediately on your left and right that extend to the back of the structure. And there's a door in the center of the left, 2 doors centered, I guess, on the right. And straight back, there's a door that ends, and there's like an old rustic sign. Again, the cabin isn't rustic itself. It's relatively new prefab material, but there's a rustic sign that is hung over it, and it just says boys room, as in restroom. It's clearly a borrowed restroom sign.
Hey, Joseph.
What's up, Michael?
I was going to say, and there's no Joseph in here?
Not in this. So the hallway seems to be a very narrow hallway, and then the rest of the building is off on these side doors, of which there are 3 side doors. And as you call out, Joseph does not say anything. And your voice doesn't really carry very well because of the thickness of the walls. It does seem to be deadening the sound a little bit. Like you don't get any kind of echo or anything.
All right. At this point, I'll actually pull out my cell phone and turn on the flashlight because it'd probably give me more light than a candle.
Probably, at least more directional light, but not ambient light, but that's okay. As you're kind of like flashing your light over the darkened hallways, there are ceiling lights, so should the electricity come on. Sorry, my clock's going off.
That's actually, you know what? It's adding to the atmosphere.
Oh, fine, I'll let it go.
Adding to the atmosphere.
Up our game.
I'm rustic, it's fine. So as you guys kind of carry on, the clock strikes, I guess 9 o'clock at night, but it's later than that. Somewhere deeper in, and clearly he's got a not electronic clock.
Your clock's like 10 minutes late.
I know. I haven't fixed it. Last time I wound it, I was a little late to winding it, and it's been off since, and I haven't fixed it, which is simple because I just pull open the faceplate and move whatever. As you kind of drag your lights over, I'll say that you see that there was a side table maybe where like some people would like put their keys or stuff or whatever, some trinkets and junk. It's a little side table. It seems to have been mussed about. Like some of the things have been kind of knocked over on the table, and when you kind of shine your light over it, there's a couple of items on the floor. Nothing major, but like maybe like a wood sculpt and like a metallic bowl that maybe held keys. Who knows? Nothing alarming because there's no blood or anything, but it does look like it got knocked over. Maybe when the power went out, Dustin's kind of clumsy when you walk by it, maybe. But you guys do pick it up in your ray of lights. Otherwise, though, without the ray of light, this building, pitch black. Like anything your light is not looking at, you do not see.
So, wait. Is Joseph not here?
Dustin said he was. To my knowledge, this is just... Do we know if these cabins have multiple entrances and exits?
You've been around this one for the most part, so unless the far side has an extra door, not so that you've noticed, no. Your cabin, for instance, only has one entrance. And the other cabin 2, yeah, you guys are in cabin 1, has no other entrance. Cabin 2, likewise, you've been into, has no other entrance.
Yeah, wait, that's kind of weird, though, because didn't Dustin just say that he was talking to Joseph and that he's a cool guy and likes comics and stuff, and then he knocked on the door and nobody answered? Like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would he walk out of the... Why would he walk out of the cabin that he was just in talking to the guy and then knock on the door?
He did mention in case he was, naked or something.
Yeah. But, like...
Right.
Michael's not interested in answering your apparently rhetorical question.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm trying to continue to look around because something is up and...
Always pretty bland. Your next options would be to try one of the 4 doors. One on the left to the apparently bigger side of the cabin, or the one at the way back, which is a bathroom, and then the 2 on the right.
So, with things clearly getting worse and, well, let's just put it bluntly, scary, I am now actually going to arm myself and pull out my gun.
Your gun you probably wouldn't have taken to the fireplace, and
Well, no, I was thinking more once somebody said, "Hey, Dustin's missing,"
yeah,
and
you
we
didn't
might
stop back
have.
at your cabin though. If you want to spend a plot point to make it so, you may, but you don't have it inherently on you.
All right, you know what?
Just do it.
Yeah, you can get plot.
No,
you got
I'm
another plot
gonna
point
think
from
more with
using
the. I reached for the gun and realized I didn't grab it,
Okay.
and before I open any doors, I'm gonna knock on it and see if there's an answer.
I'll just step back for the party. Michael and I did talk off screen. He would have brought a gun camping, not realizing what we do is drink and play board games the entire time. Because when he goes camping, it's real people camping, kind of like Patrick sometimes does. And Christopher. Christopher, your
me.
entire life is camping. Justin, you
don't
don't
really
count. You can't eat gluten.
What? What?
It's a point. It's true. There are bad stories we've heard.
Yeah, I can just picture you accidentally eating bread while you're camping and scaring away the bears and all
wouldn't.
the.
I just wouldn't eat bread.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You have a problem. So he did bring a gun, but if it's not on his person right now, it's back in his room, is what I'm saying. If we end up coming to a later thing where he can split a pot point and realize that he
Did actually bring it. It's just in a different pocket or something.
maybe we'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll see how we make it work. So what are you doing next? I'm sorry.
Gonna go to, I imagine, whatever the first door on my left is.
There's
And,
only
you
one
know,
door on your left, and it's kind of halfway down the hallway, dead center of the wall.
Is there another? I imagine another door right here on our right.
Yeah, as you go like 2 steps in, you find a door on your right.
All right. So actually, I'll start with that one, and I'll bang on it clear, like very loudly.
Okay. The walls around you reverberate a little bit with your pounding on the door. You clearly have alerted anyone inside there that you are out there, and you get no response.
Right.
Additionally, this sound carries because it does kind of reverberate through the walls, like I said. Anyone in the entire structure would probably have responded to that noise. It's very loud. It's a very, very solid banging sound.
All right. And then I'll try opening the door.
Let's see. Because I don't have any of my maps open because I'm trying to reserve internet power. Let me see. So that door would have been. Yeah, you can open that one. As you open that door and slide your lights around, I'm assuming you and Justin are both using your phone lights for this room.
Yeah, I'd probably be kind of behind, like standing watch.
It looks to be.
Letting the big guy go through the door first.
Yeah.
It looks to be like it's not very large, but it's a decently sized room for a cabin. It's like the hunter's, like his personal hunter's room, maybe, because he did mention he hunts. He's got some stereotypical like 3 mounted heads centered on the wall of, bigger animal, moose, elk, deer, whatever. And a couple other like cases around, a bookshelf on the far wall. Wouldn't really have a fireplace or anything, but it looks more like a trophy room, a hobby room maybe. As you guys kind of shine your room into a corner, you do see a like cupboard, like a tall, like person tall cupboard that has a big padlock on it. Other than that, the display cases of general hunter trophy stuff, or should say big game hunter trophy stuff. Nothing really stands out in this room, and as far as you can see from the doorway, no Joseph. There are some nooks and crannies behind things that, if he was down, might hide him, but otherwise, not visible.
All right. So I'll look over to Justin. So if things keep getting this like much worse, chances are that thing with the lock on it is a gun cabinet. If it gets that bad and we have to go searching for people, like we're coming back here for those guns.
Yeah, I don't think Joseph would mind if it gets that bad.
All right, and at this instance, there is banging coming from the front door.
That scares the crap out of me. Like,
literally
what is that? No, figuratively.
Again, I reach for the gun that I realize isn't there.
Until it is.
Is that you, Dustin? Come back.
He's calling out to Patrick and Chris. And...
It's us.
Oh, thank God.
The door's open.
Yeah.
Open door.
Did you guys run into Dustin on the way over here?
What the hell are you talking about?
Let me set that scene as Chris, Patrick, and Peter walk in the room, sans Dustin and Steve. Now you ask if they ran into
Okay.
Dustin.
Do you guys run into Dustin on your way?
What the hell are you talking about? We're still looking for him.
We just ran into him. He came from this building. He was talking to Joseph
This is
about
friggin'
comic
dumb.
books, apparently, and he just walked off. I think he went. Did he go to Ashley's? Is that where he went?
Oh, no, he was supposed to be going to meet up with you guys.
Oh yeah.
You didn't meet up with us.
He was supposed to be bringing you guys some candles.
And you guys walked straight here.
Yeah, but we have flashlights. Why do we
All right,
need candles?
something so we can save our battery power.
I get whatever. Where's Joseph?
Also, he gave us black candles. Why did Dustin have candles? And I don't know. It was just weird.
I'm
His
still.
candles come in many colors.
Yeah,
Those
but
do
why
come
would
in.
you? Yeah, but like, why?
All right,
I don't know. That seems
So-
weird to me. That doesn't seem weird to you guys.
something's
Not
weird
really.
with Dustin.
Story wise, I'm gonna go ahead and say Patrick at least, if not Chris. Feel Justin's being paranoid.
I
yeah.
definitely
Oh,
think
yeah.
didn't
Justin's
already.
paranoid.
I am being paranoid.
We
Okay.
absolutely think Justin's
All right.
paranoid.
Just making sure.
So
Okay, so-
actually,
I
thinking about
absolutely
it-
am.
Guys,
all right, we need to.
guys. So you found Dustin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, why are we still in the stranger's house?
But now we can't find Joseph, and Dustin said that he was just talking to Joseph.
Okay, why do we need to find Joseph? We found Justin.
I don't know, see
Dustin.
if he can get the power on or something. Ask him about that gross thing.
It's true. I would really like to play some board games. We kind of need some light. I don't want to be playing by flashlight or candlelight.
Plenty of reasons.
I'm sure he's got a generator around here.
Oh yeah.
So you just marched into the guy's home.
and
It was
For a time
Dustin
check,
was
I'm here
just
with you.
in here.
For
I'm
a
sorry,
time
Dustin.
check, it's at least midnight, just so you guys know.
Okay, Patrick, we literally just walked into Dustin on our way here at the doorway, just coming out, so he's got to be in here.
You just walked into a man's home.
Yeah.
be in his cabin. I wouldn't call it a home.
He
And it's
lives
not
here.
like he wasn't accepting visitors right now because Dustin just walked out of the door.
All
And
right.
he told us to come here anytime.
All right. Yes, that's true.
That's
Patrick,
true.
let's just. I just gotta pull Pat aside. Justin's kind of freaking out. Let's just find Joseph so we can go play some board games.
Oh yeah, no, Justin's freaking out. His house ran out of power. Let's break into the neighbors.
All right. Let's also point it to the fact that Dustin didn't come straight back to you guys. Where the hell did he go?
Dustin's an idiot.
Fact. That doesn't change.
I didn't
That
hear
doesn't-
that. My internet's
It's fine. It's fine.
Said you're a lovely individual.
I'm gonna have to watch this whole video again to see what I missed with all the jumping my internet's doing.
Yep.
So, just for narrative's sake, was there one door you said that wasn't open?
Two.
Two so
Yours.
far.
One
Well,
on the
technically
right and one
three.
on the
All right.
There's the
So,
bathroom down the end, one on the left, one more on the right, further down.
so I just kind of Joseph,
We've tried
Joseph, and I just kind of open up the first door. Joseph.
No response, and yeah, you shine your light in like a trophy room.
That was the nearest door to me.
Correct.
Oh, next one, Joseph, or whatever the next nearest door is to me.
Walking down the hallway, going to the left is the next nearest door, and as you kind of try to turn the handle, that door is locked.
Son of a. All right. You know what? I'm sick of this. Let's go find Dustin and hit him.
Agreed.
But I mean, like, but we really should still probably find Joseph. I'd feel a lot better if we found Joseph right now. I feel a lot
what do you
better.
suggest we do? He's
Well,
not
I mean,
here.
he knows,
You
he
want
knows
not
his
gonna
way
come
around
around.
the area. You know,
So he might have said this is an open house and everything, but I'm not about to break into the lock right here. Do you
No,
want?
I already feel like I'm going to be on a
I am
register.
kind of.
well,
Yeah,
but
I'm
there's
kind
other
of skeeved up
doors. I
myself.
mean, he's got.
Is there one more door that's unopened?
Two. There's one further down on the right, and the bathroom.
All right. Well, I gotta take a leak anyway. So I go to the bathroom.
Bathroom's open.
Yep. I take a leak.
Okay. You kind of use the John. Give me a alertness, and if you have perception check, give it to me.
Site based.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I get bonus to that. So 2d8. 2 plus 5. I'm gonna use lucky and re-roll that. Oh, much better. 11.
11.
Mhm.
So you're kind of all set with Justin being paranoid. It's not your first time seeing him act oddly, which
It's
is
true.
actually kind of his standard acting.
It's his MO.
Yeah. So as you use the method, you do notice that he's got toilet is
Mhm.
directly in line with the door,
Mhm.
and off to the left, the room kind of goes up a little bit more, and there is a kind of old school bathroom built in to the wall with a shower curtain that goes around it. Except that like 3 of the edgemost rings have been ripped down, it looks like. So the curtain, while it is closing off the bathroom, is kind of hanging askew and looks a little bit weird.
I do want to say that when I am using the restrooms and there's a closed curtain, it is a kind of pet peeve of mine to open it up.
Oh, yeah?
Because I've seen a lot of horror movies.
Okay.
If you go into my bathroom, that's exactly how it's set up. It's always open.
That-
No, I
do
do
you do
kind of
that
the
in
same
my
thing. I
house?
always peek out of my blinds every time I go to the bathroom.
No, yours is always open. I always look at it because there's toys and shit in it. But
Yeah, you're right.
I shut the blinds because I have a shy bladder.
All right, so Chris, you whip open the shower curtain.
You whip it out.
Yeah, there's
just casually, just kind of open it up.
it's empty. I'm just playing with you. You're fine.
Yeah.
You finish up, wash up. The shower curtain was hanging askew, but lazy people, right?
Yep.
And yeah, you wash your hands, I assume,
Yeah, of course.
and you walk out, and you give Justin a look.
Did you guys find him?
I don't know. Have we opened the other door yet?
Did,
probably
the
in there
locked
for about a
door or the
minute.
door down on the right?
The other door. The not
Sure.
locked door.
As you open the door down on the right, it's unlocked and it opens into a bedroom. It's not a particularly large room. It seems like some of the space is kind of eaten up by the trophy room. So it's got like maybe a queen-sized bed, a dresser for clothing, a small like cornered off closet area with a like sliding door. The room is kept pretty clean. Like the bed's made. There's no clothes laying around. The dressers are all shut.
Does that look like it's been slept in, or is it made?
It's made. It's freshly. It looks like freshly made, not like made recently, but like it's nicely laid out. Apparently, Joseph cleans up after he wakes up.
Okay, so no Joseph.
How far do you go into this man's bedroom?
I mean, like.
I mean, if we can see everything from the doorway, I don't imagine we'd actually go in.
You technically can't see the far side of the bed. So like the other edge of the bed from you guys, you're not able to see from where you're currently standing.
I mean, like. There's gross stuff at Dustin's bedside.
Open my. Sorry, internet left there. Could you repeat what you just said?
I was just saying. I mean, like. He could be on the floor. I don't know. Maybe there's a basement somewhere.
In a cabin?
You
I don't
open
know,
the
maybe.
door, Justin? So you're standing in the doorway? Just go in and look.
I don't want to go in and look. You go in and look.
Oh God, I just walked past him and say this is bull, and I walk past Joe.
No answer.
My friends are idiots, and I'm just looking around. Nothing. I don't see anything.
No.
Okay.
I'll
I walk
around
out and
a
I
bit
point
more.
out Justin, and I go, no.
No,
Stop it.
Just
No.
just give me
No.
this. Just give me
Justin,
this. Just get.
Justin,
I
grab
wanna
Justin
look,
by
I
the
look
shoulder.
around. I look around.
I
just
grab
look
Justin
around.
by the shoulder and I say, we've checked every room. Look in the goddamn window because I'm done with this. I am done with this. You get one, and then we're done with
Well,
this.
okay.
You are being.
Get
you
out
are
of here.
being
Get off me.
ridiculous.
Get off me. Get off me.
And
I
I
go
just-
and I check.
I physically try to drag him out.
I check the. No, get
I-
off me.
I know I'm doing it.
No, get off me.
I'm doing
Stop
this.
it.
No, I'm
Just
gonna
let
roll.
me
I'm gonna
check.
roll my strength.
Well, you
I am
have to go
going
outside to check the window anyway, so just go with it.
Right.
I am going to freak out unless you let me just look around this room right now.
That's fine. You can freak out. I
No,
roll
no,
my
just-
strength
I will
and
not be able to
my
stop thinking about it. I
and my
literally won't be
athletics.
able to stop thinking
So I'm
about it.
rolling a D6 and a D4.
Okay.
D6
do.
and a D4.
You roll opposed, and you don't have to choose the same things. You're just trying to oppose his action, so you can roll 2 dice.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be strength based. Actually, you could be agility, trying to wile out of his
Yeah, let's
his
go
grasp.
agility, yeah.
And for skills, it's whatever you think helps you escape his grasp.
I don't
You just got to
have
declare it.
anything.
Then it's just a straight up.
You can actually double up on your
Nope.
ability scores. Actually,
That's,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
9.
didn't read that.
there are some rolls that double up on your scores.
9 then.
Well, the only one I know of is, what is it, Resistance?
Oh, is that what I was thinking of? Resistance is a
Yeah,
double.
initiative, endurance.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
All right, so then I got 1.
Resistance.
So so just a 1.
You're probably.
I almost succeed with style, even though that's not a thing in imposed rolls. So yeah, I just drag you out,
Somebody look, please.
drag you around to the side where the window would be for that room.
Do I hear all this?
Yeah, but as you guys are kind of dragging around across the hallway, you hear something loud thud from behind the locked door. Like maybe something fell over in the other room.
I don't like this. I don't like this, guys. I don't like it. I don't like it.
And I'm still dragging him. I won that roll. I'm dragging him all the way.
What window are you showing him?
So pretty
one
much
to the
every
locked door.
window, every room is going to have a window. I'm going to the window outside of the locked room. I take out my light. I turn on the flashlight. I put it against the window. I see nothing.
Oh, so you're walking outside of the cabin now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you managed to drag Justin. You shine a light into that locked room.
The locked room?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
It opens into another hallway, kind of like the bathroom situation, where there's another 2 more sectioned off areas with a hallway. And in the hallway, the light, when it kind of drags across the floor, there does appear to be someone there, possibly bound. It's not really clear, but you kind of see like a glimmer of maybe duct tape, and they're moving slowly in the light.
Holy spoop. Patrick, what did I just freaking say? Can we swear in this one? I can't remember.
I didn't put it as explicit, but I'm going to allow it, and we'll have to change it later. Sorry, Twitch. Sorry, kids.
What did I, Pat? What did I say? What did I just say? What did I? Do you see that? Do you see this? Guys.
Question.
Do we hear them
Question for
freaking
the
out
GM.
about this?
Question for the GM. Hold on.
Everyone in the area hears him freaking out about this, but yes, Patrick.
Question for the GM. Do I see? Is it clearly if I so I focus the light on him?
Cut out.
I focus my light on him
Mhm.
To try to see more. Is he clearly bound or just wearing some weird gimp suit?
Not wearing a gimp suit, but because their like feet are towards you, you can't get too much out of it, and your light doesn't really shine that well into the windows. But like you're seeing something kind of silvery shining in the light, and it does seem to be around the person. Could be
Okay.
a really fancy hunter's jacket, or they're wrapped around a duct
Can we
tape.
open the window?
No, not from the outside.
Okay.
Well, you could smash it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Do you think we should go in through the window instead of the door? Because that's probably easier to get through than a lock.
Oh yeah, broken glass is a great idea. I changed my
Yeah,
tune.
but this is a freaking
I'm totally getting
emergency.
there. Okay, let's go back in. I start dragging. Yeah.
You don't need to drag me out.
I let him go.
Damn it.
Could we hear?
Back in.
So we heard them freaking out, but do we know what they were freaking out about?
No.
So
Alright,
What the
can I
hell's
set the
going
scene?
on?
Yes, please. Let's Patrick set the scene.
So I come back in. I am white as a ghost. Justin is translucent. You can see the muscles underneath
Straight
his
through me?
skin. Not so white. I look at Chris in the most serious manner that I possibly can. I just go, open the door, and I just start kicking the lock.
And I'm just like, I told you,
Alright.
I told you guys, I told you.
All right, Patrick, same time, and we'll both try to kick it open.
Yeah. So
meanwhile, I'm looking for something heavy to smash the door
Door
knob.
handle.
Is there a
I'm looking for the closest thing that resembles
there is a rule about assistant rolls.
Weapon.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. Actually, assistant rolls in this game are super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take a better score.
Yeah, way better than in anything else.
So much better.
Is there a audio perception that's listed on your sheet? Does anyone have anything related to?
I mean,
Well,
I
that
just
would
have
just be
perception.
perception.
Yeah,
So
perception.
audio specifically is a advanced skill.
Okay.
So I put into sight, but you can still do perception for audio, but it would just be a D6 unless you have.
Could I have you guys all really quickly roll me your alertness and your perception together, please? I'm sorry. Remember that we have to do these separately, unless.
I already did it. I got a 4.
7.
Right with Patrick.
I got a 4. Somebody else
Start.
got a 7.
Who got a
I got a
7?
5.
I got
Jeez.
7.
Okay, and Michael.
I got a 6. I've rolled only net 6s since I've started.
I got a
Okay,
D12 in
wait,
alertness, and I keep on rolling 2s.
Michael, do you have perception?
I don't.
Do you have anything regarding?
Nothing for sight, no.
You guys can, before you roll, spend a plot point to increase the die you're rolling. And after the fact, as it would be now, you can spend a plot point, or is it
To increase by 1.
by 1 point, right?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to make your 7 higher, you would spend a perception point and make it an 8. Plot point to make it an 8. You don't have to. I'm just wondering if anyone's...
No, I'm good.
Okay. You guys hear something extremely vague, maybe like an animal making a noise or something. It's kind of close-ish for you guys to be hearing it inside this cabin. You're just not able to make out really where it is or what direction it's coming from, but it's loud enough that you hear it from outdoors.
Can I do some
We're
sort of
not
check
outdoors.
to see?
You're not outdoors, correct? You
We
hear
can
it.
hear it through
from
the
out-
wall.
Oh, we hear it. We hear something outside.
Yeah, but because you guys all roll terrible perception, you have no real idea what it is. It could have just been like a fish or cat or something.
So I'm
Creepy.
trying to knock down that
Yeah.
door with Michael.
And I'm looking for anything I can use as a blunt object.
I don't
I
know
am
why
doing the
Michael is
same.
okay with knocking down this door, but I'm gonna take his help anyway.
Michael's
You
totally
guys
okay
just-
with knocking down doors.
You just came in freaking out and said we need to get in here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do strength with athletics again, which is a D6 and a D4. D6 and a D4. I rolled a 5.
And Michael, you basically just roll a similar check to him, and we
Oh.
add the totals.
In question, Dustin, do you want to make this a
Yeah.
one of those things where you reach a certain point, or do you just want to?
It's possible for you guys to fail.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that unless you want to take all night. All night you would succeed. But Justin's window solution is still there, which would be almost an auto success. So I'd say no, probably not. If you guys can't get into the door, the window's your option. It's a
So
new
I had
cabin. It's pretty sturdy. What was your number?
8.
8 plus 5?
No, what?
Well, because you
Yeah.
guys are doing it
Oh,
together,
oh.
right?
Yeah, so
Well, you
13.
take the highest.
Sorry, you're right. You do take the highest. If you want to spend 2 plot points on it, Michael, I'll give it to you.
Just do it. You'll make him back.
Sure.
Okay. As you get your foot here, you're like the door handle's just not working. Like if you're trying to get it down anyway, instead of aiming for like the door handle or anything, you just get frustrated and you kick it dead center and you put your foot straight through the door. You don't get stuck or anything. It splinters. It's almost like the Here's Johnny scene from The Shining, except with your foot. You rip it out, and even through the hole you've just created in the door, you can clearly see that it's Joseph, who is bound and both gagged, like with duct tape all around his mouth, and he's not looking up at you guys.
I immediately reached through and opened the door from the other side.
We lost Dustin though. Speaking
did.
of skills, impressive display of strength. Hey,
Did I cut
Dustin,
out there?
welcome back. You
Yeah,
did.
you did.
So he did the reach through the door, open up, reach through the door to open up the door thing.
Oh, right. Well, through the hole in the door, you also saw that it is Joseph, who is clearly bound and gagged with duct tape, not moving too much, probably from something that caused the pool of blood that's spreading around him. You guys gain access to the door by reaching up and unlocking it, and you have access to Joseph. Doing a cursory glance at his body, whatever the wound is probably somewhere on his front because he's laying on his stomach and you can't see anything other than the dark blood that's shining in the light as you put your camera on it.
I look for a first aid kit.
I roll him over.
You head back to the bathroom, Christopher, because insofar what you've seen, that'd probably be it. Rolling him over, so you'll search for a first aid kit. I don't need a search roll for it. You'll find one. Patrick, you roll him over, and there is the wound that's bleeding out. He's been cut in several places, but in no place that seems particularly mortal. And it looks to have been from probably a knife or something. The puncture wounds are, long and thin and kind of jagged. But he's got them in a shoulder and in a thigh that's not bleeding too much, just enough that he is, bleeding slowly. As you roll him over his
for keys on like his belt or something.
I mean, he's alive, so
Take off his
that's
gag.
exactly what I was
you're
doing.
frisking an alive dude.
Oh,
No,
I thought he was
ripping off
unconscious.
his-
I am ripping off his duct tape.
Okay. As you guys are rolling him over, his eyes do come into focus a little bit, and he looks panicked. And as Patrick rips off the
Oh,
Up.
What?
Speaking
He
of,
rips off the what?
I am
Rips off the what?
ow, you son of a
Rips off the
bitch.
what?
I mean, thank you. I'm sorry, thank you.
no,
Oh,
nope,
God, as he
Dustin.
rips off the duct
Dustin.
tape.
Yeah, there you go.
Dustin, stop.
Start.
What do you need to do?
marking this. Boop.
Start from where I ripped off the duct tape.
As you rip off the duct tape, he says, "Ow, you son of a bitch! I mean, thank you." Oh, he can't. He's still bound. Could you guys get the rest of me quickly, please? And where did that idiot friend of yours go?
He left and he had candles, and I think
we
he was going
don't
to.
actually know.
Yeah, he said he was going back to our cabin, but did not run into these two on his way.
Great, thank your big help, you fucking idiots. Please cut me out of this.
Which I do.
Okay. And he stands unsteadily, and he's slowly coming to. And you notice that he's now got an egg-shaped like welt growing in the side of his head, which is what kind of had made him groggy. And as he rises to, he says, "Is your friend normally a psychopathic murderer?"
I mean, I'd say he's
No,
sociopathic.
Yeah, probably sociopath.
So definitely sociopathic, but
He's
he's
pretty
definitely not a murderer, as far as I know.
Okay. I guess he hasn't murdered me yet. Is he sadistic? Give me something to work here with,
No.
guys.
I don't know, but we did find a big ball of like skin and teeth next to his bed, which is really weird. I don't know why you'd have that.
And can I like patch you up here? You're bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, is that my first aid kit?
Yes, I found it. Yeah, let me patch you up here.
Yeah, do it up.
Medicine, intelligence, and medicine.
He pulls a stool up from a corner of the hallway and sits down on it heavily.
All right, I got a 10.
A 10? Yeah, that's enough. You're able to wrap his head up, cover up some of his wounds, and you get him to be a little bit more steady on his feet. He opens so now you guys are in a hallway, kind of going, perpendicular to the hallway you're just in. The door to the north, we'll say the north. He kind of motions and says, "Can someone go into the kitchen and give me a cup of water?"
Justin, get him a water and get yourself a water. You look pale.
By myself, okay.
Mike, go with him.
It's not that big. Whatever.
I know.
I'm going to go find your friend. I'm gonna take care of your friend. I want you guys all to stay in here and not leave under any circumstances.
What is going on?
What the hell happened?
Yeah, what's going on? From the other room. What's going on?
Because I mean, Dustin is like a limp noodle in combat. You look much stronger than him. What happened?
Literally, either of his daughters are a better fight than he is.
Yeah, and his oldest daughter is what, 2, 3?
He's basically just
Four,
an
four
amorphous.
now. Wow, it's been that
He's
long.
basically just an amorphous, shiny ball of nothingness and shame.
Yeah.
He kind of rubs his throat, and you see a very clear handprint on his throat. He's stronger than he looks.
And start laughing. Except I'm joking. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay.
Don't you have another friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
And you left him in the cabin by himself?
He was
Well, actually, yeah, you guys.
He was sleeping. He didn't want to get up.
Son of a bitch. All right. You know what? I can't do both. Any of you idiots know how to use a gun?
Yeah.
All right.
Shotguns, pistols, rifles. What do you got?
He pulls
all of us except for the shaky one.
He pulls a
What? I
keychain.
can use a gun.
Not,
I've
we're
shot
not talking
plenty of
about video
guns.
games, Justin.
I know I've shot plenty of actual guns.
Yeah.
There's a theme here.
Did you say something mean about me?
No, I
said
said something mean about me.
Justin.
Yeah, we were saying mean stuff about
As soon as you guys say
Justin
mean things, my internet's like, I don't want to hear this.
stuff.
This is great. I'm not having fun of You guys are boring as shit to me. He pulls out a key ring from his pocket, and he pulls off a key, which is like a smaller like padlock key, and he hands it to he goes to hand it to Justin, who's kind of closest to him, and he's like, and he passes it to Michael, who went into the kitchen with him. In room across the hall, closer to the door, there is a gun cabinet. All right, gun cabinet. You can't miss it. The guns in there are loaded. Grab whatever you're comfortable with, and go check on your friend.
Do you need one?
No, don't worry about it. I want you to, and I know this sounds insane to you guys right now. If you see your friend, the bald fat one, shoot him.
I assume
On
you're
site.
talking about Dustin, the one we saw here.
What was that?
But I'm assuming you're talking about Dustin, the one we saw here.
Yes.
Is that the
Yeah.
other friend also? Fat and bald?
Who's Peter's not fat. Peter's scrawny.
And Steve
haven't-
has a full
I
head of
don't
hair.
think I've seen him.
Yeah,
And
Steve's got
Michael, so
Steve's
soft
crazy
spoken.
hair.
So you mean Dustin? If we see Dustin, shoot him?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, that's not happening.
Trust me, you won't kill him. It's just gonna slow him down.
Are they rubber bullets?
You know,
They
I'm
gotta be
inclined
rubber
to
bullets.
I'm
That could be
inclined to
fun.
believe him actually.
Rubber bullets?
Rubber bullets. Yep.
Actually,
You're gonna
that
believe
sounds
him,
like
you're gonna-
fun.
I
Just
just
don't
look
shoot.
over-
Just don't shoot
I-
your other friend.
Pat,
I
the
look
most-
over at
Pat,
Justin. You're gonna believe him. You're gonna just shoot Dustin.
You didn't see Dustin. He's acting weird.
I've seen him.
Pat,
Shooting
it
him will
just-
I mean, I
definitely
probably-
kill him. A paper cut
don't wanna-
puts him out of
I don't want to
commission.
shoot him, but like, I mean,
Hey,
there's
Definitely
definitely
idiots.
something wrong.
I go
idiots!
get the gun.
Go! This isn't an exercise. This isn't a drill. I'm not your mom. I don't care.
Not to
Go.
mention, Dustin just did this. That's not the Dustin I know. He wouldn't bind it. Well, maybe he would bound a gag. I don't know. But
There's- Out of curiosity, is there
he wouldn't
something-
stab somebody at least.
Hey, Mike, you're very, very low.
Yeah.
Yeah, your volume dropped a lot.
Now you're muted. But yes, I go in with Mike and I check out the gun cabinet. We check out the gun cabinet. What's in the gun cabinet?
As you guys bust open the gun cabinet, and when I say bust open, you insert key,
Unlock it
lock,
nicely.
open it. Yeah, very slowly. You would maybe expect a bunch of hunting rifles in there. There's exactly one hunting rifle in there, and then an assortment of other guns.
Let me know when I get too loud.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
It's not like a massive closet. Like it is like maybe four bigger guns kind of mounted against the wall. But one of them is a hunting rifle. One of them is a automatic shotgun, which is to say not one used for hunting. It's like a military police
combat shotgun.
combat shotgun,
Yeah.
sure, but like a
What are you
police.
talking about? That's totally for hunting. You can shoot bears like 9 times. real.
Next to it is a modern-looking sniper rifle with scope not attached, but in like the floor below it. And next to that is like an AR-15 looking thing. I don't really know guns, guys. I'm sorry.
So an assault
I
rifle.
can tell.
Assault rifle. Sure, let's go with that. There's literally one hunting rifle that looks in place in this gun cabinet, and the rest don't. On the other side, like on the door that you opened,
Oh, jeez.
there are a variety of handguns. And as well below the handguns, there's shelving for bullets for all of the weapons in there. I will say that the hunting rifle and probably the sniper rifle have the most ammunition. The shotgun, which uses like a loaded, like a full roll load thing, has probably only 2 more. I don't know. They're not clips, magazines, maybe. I don't know what you'd even call them.
Shells.
Drum?
Well, they're not shells though. They're in a collected round thing that
It'd
just
be a drum.
Oh,
Drum.
yeah, it would be a drum.
Nope, drum's the
Drum.
word.
Drum.
There's 2 extra drums, and it does already have a drum in it while it is holstered on the wall. And I'd say they carry probably 10 bullets, although I'm sure anyone better at guns would tell you how much they carry. I don't know. The handguns all have a box of bullets for each, and I think a box of bullets for each other weapon is probably about right. The handguns range from like a 9mm to a like Magnum. Again, one of them looks like it might be appropriate for hunting. The rest would come out of like a cop SWAT team vehicle or something, or a Wild West movie, depending.
Let me make this easier. Is there a stun gun,
No,
cattle prod,
no,
taser,
no,
mace?
no. Everything there is for lethality.
Okay.
I take a pistol.
Do you guys know how to use a shotgun?
I
Yes.
do.
That's
I
like
went
the one
shooting
thing
with
I
you.
haven't shot a shotgun before. That's like the one thing I haven't.
I'll have to take you out sometime. How many shotguns were there, Dusty?
One.
Just one. Who wants a shotgun?
I'll take it.
All right. Who wants a sniper? Do you guys know how to use a rifle?
Yeah, I've shot a M1, but it's not like a
All right,
sniper
well,
rifle.
Looks like
Bolt
I'll take the
action.
rifle.
There is a hunting rifle that would probably match the M1
I'll give
better.
Justin the hunting rifle.
Okay. I grab just a handgun
Sure.
with not a revolver.
Sure. Yeah.
Something like that.
You
9
grab the
millimeter.
9mm. That's fine.
So I grab it and I go, I don't know what's going on, but it's clearly not Dustin. That dude took a hit on his head, and whoever it is messed up. Let's go find Dustin. Let's go find Steve. Let's make sure they're safe, and whoever else is just.
I grabbed 2 pistols and kind of put them in my back because.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
also
okay.
grab a pistol regardless of what else I get.
I'll write this down.
Did I get like the AR? Is that what I got?
No, you got
Nope,
the
I don't think
hunting
anybody
rifle.
picked up the assault rifle.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Uh,
available. Oh, I'll
yeah.
take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like,
All right, so recap. Christopher has sniper. Justin has hunting rifle.
I have a sniper and 2 pistols, 1 hand cannon, 1 9.
Okay. Michael has the shotgun, and Patrick has the assault rifle. For the most part, guys, guns in this game don't do much differently dice wise. Like some weapons will have modifiers and things like that. For the most part, though, it's how they allow you to attack, basically, and that's about
Sure.
it. You all have ranged weapons. The only one that's really different. Christopher has extreme range, and Michael's can fire
In a cone.
multiple. And I'd probably give we'll go out cone. We'll say that. The area of effect. He can hit more than one. And Patrick would be just something that shoots faster. And the handguns are just, again, it's you being able to do damage at range. The game is really simple in terms of combat. Like we don't have to worry about dice and.
Ooh.
Dice and
We
what?
don't have to
Dice
worry
and
You
what?
don't have to worry
Dice
about
and what?
dice or
Dice and
hit
what?
points.
Dice and what?
Dyson,
What?
what? You don't have to
Say
worry
what?
about dice and.
You don't have to worry about
You
dice.
don't have to worry about dice and.
Oh, hit points and things like that. That's
Oh,
not
I was
really
right.
what weapons do.
That's what I said, hit points, and I was right.
I said some more after that, but that's okay. As you guys walk back through, Joseph is no longer in the hallway. He's actually in the room, so down that adjacent hall. He opened the southern door when you guys weren't there, left it slightly ajar, and is presumably in there. You guys hear a loud like click, kind of like when my clock resets itself, and then you hear. It almost sounds like an earthquake that's happening hundreds of feet away from you, and your ground is shaking a little. Like you hear some reverberations, but you hear the sounds of. And again, I don't know how many of you guys would know this, but rocks falling. Peter at least recognizes it and says, "Oh shit, that's a rock fall. Is this place safe?" And Joseph, from the darkened room with a slightly ajar, says, "Nothing to worry about, fellas. Go get your friend."
All right.
He just sealed the valley. Or canyon, whatever that we called that. Pass.
So I got.
Oh, man.
So at this point here, I'm legit spooked. Now I have both pistols in hand, and I am at the ready.
I told you guys something was going wrong. You guys made fun of me the whole
Justin,
time.
yes,
the whole
because
time.
every time you tell us something is wrong.
Are you guys bickering and walking?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, apparently
I
loudly
knew it. I
too.
knew it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. We gotta do it loudly.
One thing, you guys also in the hunting room found mag lights, like bigger, like industrial flashlights, just so you guys aren't using your phones.
I slap it on my gun.
Yeah, do they have?
Yeah, do the
duct tape.
Yeah.
There
Duct tape.
isn't there unless you want to say you found one with a plot point.
All right, fine. Plot point: duct tape.
Yeah.
Doom 3
Yeah.
duct tape mod.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got duct tape mod. You poorly duct tape, and unlike I don't know, just so you guys know, duct taping a mag light to your gun doesn't work how you expect, but that's okay. It's not like you needed to add 10 weight
It does in Supernatural.
Yeah.
Dustin, come back.
to
Come
the end
back.
of a long ass rifle.
Oh,
I
there you are.
I phased out again.
Yeah.
I was just pointing out you guys added like 5 to 10 pounds to the end of like a already long rifle. Good luck.
Sorry.
I didn't duct tape mine.
I have a shotgun, so
Yours is probably fine.
yeah, because it's literally
I put it at the end of my pistol.
it's longer than your pistol.
You
Yeah,
look
no.
ridiculous, but that's fine.
I totally look ridiculous.
The cabin door to Steve's cabin is open. When you get there, it's ajar.
Oh,
Man, that door is ajar.
shit.
Oh, actually, Peter was with us, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Did he take any guns?
I can't get any closer to my router than this guy's. I don't understand why my wireless is this bad.
Did Peter pick up a gun?
Peter has respectfully declined because he feels like he's too inebriated to reasonably hold a firearm.
Good point.
He's trying to be responsible. The door to your to Steve, Peter, and Dustin's cabin is ajar when you guys get there. I assume you guys go in.
Yeah.
Okay. There is another one of those puddles of, snake-like human skin, teeth, and toenails, and there is no Steven in the cabin. For that matter, there's no Dustin in the cabin either.
I'm not going to actually say what I would probably say in this moment because it would be way too loud, but I'm probably like screaming my head off. Like, what? Like, no! Ah! Holy crap! Shit!
It's
No! And then I say it anyways, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm not going to scream loudly into my mic. Screams loudly into his mic.
I hit him in the shoulder. Shut up! It's just a pile of shit.
This could be stupid, but should we go check on Ashley?
Yes.
It's the only other person here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys leave the cabin. Keeping.
I mean, can we search around really quick and just see if there's? Huh?
I said, I bet you $10 goddamn bucks she's a goddamn psycho.
Can we check around a bit and see if there's any like other tracks or anything to follow?
If you guys have some search skill that you think would be reasonable for looking for tracks, I'd allow it.
Outdoor survival. Yeah, that would be regular survival. And
so what alertness and
would apply inside. So it would be alertness and survival. So for me,
normally I would have a skill chart up so I could quickly reference what skills are available in Cortex. I just don't have the setup because I'm in my living room, which isn't usually where I stream from.
Are you allowing perception?
No, this wouldn't be a general perception.
Okay.
But perception with something else, right?
This place.
Well, it'd be alertness with something.
Alertness?
Yeah.
Oh,
It would be alertness with perception.
I rolled a 2 on my alertness, which is my D12, which I've rolled a 2 every single time I've rolled it this time.
I got a 7.
I got 6.
I didn't hear what anyone was rolling. For group rolls like this, I only want the highest roll from now on because it'll save time. 2, I wouldn't want like a general perception. You need to have like, isn't Sir?
Well, we only went with alertness.
Yeah.
Me and Justin.
Here, yeah, it's well, no. When you roll for a skill, you roll it combined with one of your main 6. That's
Always.
how you do, always.
All right, so no single
If you
rolls.
don't have the skill,
Correct.
then you can
Okay.
roll just your main stat by itself,
Which is what we did.
and hope
Oh,
for the
okay. All right, that's fine.
So if you're looking for something, it would generally be alertness plus perception.
Or alertness.
This is a little different. I'm
Right.
saying that you guys wouldn't notice tracks unless you have the outdoors or survival skill, whatever that skill is.
That would be survival, which I do have.
Perfect. That's fine. I thought Christopher had it as well.
Okay,
I have it.
Just alertness.
Oh,
you
okay.
take-
I
so
have survival.
in either case, it would be the same roll for me. So I still have 6.
Okay.
And I had a 7 though.
Not enough. You guys rolling a little low. What are your dice in those things? Just so I know.
2d6.
D4, D6.
Okay, I probably should have scaled some of my checks down. I'll give this one to you. I didn't have you guys sheets up when I actually put the adventure together, so some of my checks are a little bit higher than they need to be.
Mike literally rolled average at a 7.
Okay, I'll take a 7 for this one. There are more fresh footsteps leading from this cabin, and as you guys follow them along, they do lead towards Ashley's cabin. Ashley being the hiker that you guys encountered last episode.
She mean she can die.
Not mean. And nobody deserves to die, Patrick.
Well,
She's just like
At least
straight up
none.
dead.
At least none that are here. I mean,
She's just like straight up dead on the floor.
what?
No.
Did you say she's? I thought you said she was dead.
No,
no, Pat
Patrick.
said it's
Said
fine
she-
for her to die.
She can die.
No, you guys follow to her cabin. The cabin door is shut. Although as you guys kind of go to knock or rip the door open, your lights kind of shine over the door, and you notice that there is like small holes peppering the door, and you can kind of see in from the small holes,
Which what?
Which?
Which what?
Which
Which
what?
what, Dustin?
Which what?
Which what?
a shower.
Which
It-
what?
Which
what?
Which what?
I have no
Small
idea
holes,
what you're
what?
talking about.
Getting
Small
some
holes, which what?
getting some real good use out of that marker system.
So as you guys are looking at the door, you saw the small collection of holes. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yep.
Anyone who's familiar with buckshot with shotguns recognizes that it's probably shotgun blast hit the door.
Based on the way it's splintered from the inside or outside.
CSI Michael, it's looks like the shot came from inside to outside, as there are some wood splintered on the outside of the door, like sprayed across the floor as you approach the ground.
I start shouting out, Ashley, are you in there?
Get away from me, you greasy bastards!
I'm not greasy.
He kind of is, but that's besides the point.
I mean, I would
There's-
absolutely admit to being a bastard.
Did we all introduce ourselves to her?
At the fire, yeah.
There's some really weird shit going on right now, so we're all
Definitely some
trying to
weird
stay
shit. We got
together.
some guns. Joseph told us to grab guns for some reason. It's weird, but this gun really looks awesome. I'm looking at my hand cannon.
It does look pretty sweet.
It does.
If you paid attention to the door, she already has a gun.
I know, and I want to be with her because she's using a gun.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I'm the creep.
Hey,
Hi.
I want you all to stand 10 feet back away from the door, and I want to make sure there's more than one of you.
You got a tape measure?
You can't hear us?
Yeah, like people can't throw and change their voices. Step back from the door or I'll shoot
What?
again.
People
I'm standing back. I'm standing
We're
back.
talking at the same
Patrick, just shut
Patrick,
up and
just
do it.
Shut up.
Look, she's mean and dumb.
Patrick, shut up or you're going to get hit.
A loud blast reverberates from inside of the hallway, and another round
Jesus
of
Christ,
buckshot
woman.
tears through the doorway. This one was aimed at the top of the door and splinters away harmlessly into the sky, but startles all of you with the loud blast of the shotgun.
All right.
We're standing away from the door. Patrick, get the hell over here.
I stand 9.5 feet away.
Oh, I'm well away from the door. I'm
Doing the
like-
same, but I'm actually aiming at the door with my shotgun because she could be the, psychopath murderer.
Yeah, it sounds like the psychopath murderer to me.
Everybody shine your lights at like eye level.
Yeah, because, those piles of skin or whatever were totally made by guns. Like, that totally did it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you guys standing 10 feet back?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're standing 10 feet back.
9.5.
All right. She, looking through the gunshot in the door previously, like a peephole, realizes it's more than one of you and opens the door. She has a like old style like Remington shotgun, right? That's a thing, like a double barrel shotgun, kind of aimed not at you guys but slightly above your heads. And has her cell phone in the other and quickly scans it across all of your faces and says, "All right, you idiots are good. Please put your goddamn guns down."
What the shit is wrong with everything?
Yeah,
from
I
here
don't
to
put
here?
my gun down.
She levels the gun at you and says, "I don't have time to be careful, and I'm going to be real frank with you. This isn't how I planned on this weekend going. So you're going to lower the gun, or I'm going to fill you with buckshot and feel sorry later."
I have a feeling that you weren't here to blog about stuff. Although you did just like look
Shut
at
up,
us.
Justin. I grab him by the shirt. Don't you pull him in?
Well, no, I was in. I'm in there.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking to her. Like,
Shut up, Justin.
otherwise, why would she have a gun?
I don't
So
know.
did she never actually have her gun pointed at us?
No, it's above your head. Like it's like on her hip and above your group's head.
What was the whole? what was
Okay,
the whole-
then I probably would have at least lowered it. Not.
I have it
That's
I
enough.
thought it was still
Down
pointed
in
at
the-
us.
No,
safe
that's enough.
position.
I never pointed mine at her.
That's fine.
Neither did I.
Why? What was up with the whole camera or phone thing?
If your eyes got shiny, I'd have shot you. That's what.
Oh, well, why would our eyes be shiny?
Stop asking questions, stupid.
Because light reflects off of them.
That's
That's
what we've
Okay,
been telling
okay.
him all night.
Everybody keeps on calling me stupid. You know what? Something's going on right now, and I want to know what it is, because maybe if I knew what was happening, maybe I could help out a little bit more, and I would know how to deal with whatever it is.
We're
I
not
just want
calling
to know
you stupid, we're
where
calling you
Steve and
paranoid.
Dustin are.
No, I'm calling him stupid.
Oh, well, you're a bitch.
You don't know. You don't have enough evidence for that.
I do.
Listen, why don't you all go cuddle up in a corner in your cabin? Or you said you
Call
spoke with
Justin.
Joseph. Did you
Huh?
leave Joseph alone?
He left on his
Told
own.
us to.
Yeah, he told us to go. We found him. He was okay. So we found Joseph, and he was all like tied up, like something got to him. Our friends are dead, probably. I don't know. They're just like a lump of skin
dead.
and gross next to where their beds are. And we
We
went to
lost
go
them
talk to
then.
Joseph, and we found him locked up in a room after seeing one of our other friends come out of the house, and he's all tied up and bound and gagged and everything, and then he tells us to take guns and go shoot our friend.
Yeah, that basically sums it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Joseph's a pretty capable fella. That's why I wasn't worried about staying here this weekend. I don't know why I thought that. That was a stupid thing. Let's go get Joseph, because we're not leaving anyone alone again tonight. Because
I like that idea.
Really dumb.
Good idea.
From behind you guys, Joseph says, coming out of the darkness, "Not to worry, guys. I'm already here. We don't need to go back. We're gonna go find your friend."
His,
Is he
lights aren't
covered
even,
in?
his eyes aren't even shiny.
As you say that, Ashley pulls up her cell phone, kind of gets a beat on the guy, and then says, "Son of a bitch, shoot him."
What?
What? No.
As you guys say no, which one of you guys would have been farthest away from Ashley's cabin?
I'm sorry?
Me.
Meet you. Joseph sprints ahead from where he was, uses you guys for cover from Ashley's now lowered shotgun, and gets Patrick in a chokehold from behind, one arm, and kind of like, using it as a human shield.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Pat changes his tone pretty quick.
Oh, it doesn't take much. I'm a
It
hypocrite
doesn't.
and a coward.
What?
Joseph,
Yeah,
you
what do
were
I do?
doing
What do I
what
do?
you asked.
All right. She's like got her shotgun trained on Joseph, who's like kind of slowly stepped back towards, I guess he's heading towards the pond / towards the exit to the this canyon area, and he's like inching them back. Ashley says, "I don't care if you guys follow this or not, but you're looking at a shapeshifter. He's been taking the shape of your friends all night and maybe killing them. But if you help me, there's a chance they might be alive."
What?
Joseph
enough night?
Joseph
I'm gonna
says that
Leave it.
she is crazy. She's got PTSD from being over in Iraq. You guys cannot listen to her. I'm not asking you to shoot her, but you need to disarm her, please.
I believe you. Let me go.
I'm sorry. She's insane, but I don't think she'll shoot you. She'd shoot me.
You don't need to hold him by the neck then. You can just stand behind him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I shoot with my hand cannon
At whom?
at Joseph.
What?
Well, I mean, he does have. Well, that's a difficult shot to make, though. Huh?
Look, Chris might be good with guns, but he's not a goddamn sharpshooter.
Let's find
So-
out.
So I will say, to Chris's benefit, he's actually directing Patrick at Ashley. so there is less of a profile block from Patrick's body. That being said, if Chris misses, that's
Well,
not good.
let's find out. I
Is
mean,
it
it is a
die?
D10 and a D8, and I am lucky for one more time. Oop, hold on. Get back here.
That's not a good sign.
One question.
I think he
Yes.
has to roll 2 1s, 2 nat 1s.
That's a botch.
Yeah, and my lucky will make it so it doesn't botch.
Does someone have the? Yes, that's fair. Does someone have the combat page pulled up for 2 hit and damage? Again, trying not to pull anything up extra to tax my computer.
Let's see
And
here.
since we haven't done it yet, I do not have it down.
Heavy explosive, ammunition, armor, scopes, transportation, jet ski. No, rules. Assistance, plot points. Actually,
I open an internet browser and I immediately drowned my internet connection. Mostly I'm looking for, there's a combat section. They do talk about rolling to hit. That's where they talk about botches happening. Botches, so people know, just so we get some system background while Chris is reading. Botches are when you roll with your 2 dice, 2 natural ones. I guess theoretically, if you were rolling more dice, it'd be 1s on all of the dice. And I don't think.
How far away am I?
10 feet maybe.
All right, so I'm within point blank range.
Yeah, I say that.
15 feet is point blank range.
Sure.
Getting that close grants an extra +1 skill step. So I'm rolling
Nice.
a D12 instead of a D10. Let's see. Beyond that,
D10 was your skill, not your.
All right. Thus, at 4 range,
Handling with guns is a skill, Dustin.
I'm making sure that I guess it doesn't really matter because the number is always increased by 2, but it specifically enhances the gun die, not the attribute die. But again, doesn't really matter.
Actually, it does.
Was I right in that was?
Yep. It does actually affect it. All right. Let's see.
Not enough that I was going to really complain. That's all.
Yeah. So just not being hit, innate defense, blocking. Well, first off, let me roll. I got 2 D10, and I got a 12. All right.
It's 10 minutes past 10 o'clock, so my clock's gonna dong 10 times. Yeah. Again, this is why I stream in the basement.
Yes.
So you got a 12?
Yep.
Yeah, that's totally a hit, but I don't know how you guys roll wounds on this one. Although, you know what?
Well, I mean, the one I'm using is a D10.
Okay, fine. Roll the D10 for wounds.
2.
2? It's okay. So you hit him and not Patrick. And I'll say you get a nice score on his shoulder. That is, he's got like a hand that's free that he's kind of leaving free if he needs it. And your shoulder shot spins him around in such a way that he unwraps Patrick and releases him.
I shout out a stream of curse words that I can't possibly string together in this moment. It would be so just erratic.
10 feet away, I run forward and grab Patrick and just pull him away from Joseph.
Yeah, you're able to do that, no problem. The wound on Joseph didn't kick out.
No, wait. As I pull him, I pull him close. You owe me.
The wound doesn't bleed as much as you'd expect from being shot by. I'm assuming you're using.
The hand cannon, the Magnum.
Yeah, you were expecting like a more significant reaction.
Yeah, that thing takes off limbs.
It does. Like it blows like a clear hole, like where his armpit is.
Arm. The arm.
Armpit. Hole in the armpit.
Oh, there's
Just
another
just
one.
in the armpit.
And he kind of dives.
The arm.
I love that it then took all
Son
of
of a bitch.
clearly this is not this is lossless because it took everything that he said and just sped it up chipmunk like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Blows
Thanks,
a hole
Alvin.
in his armpit. His arm is flopping, but otherwise he doesn't seem slowed down. Like he's not stunned. He's not overly bothered by this wound that would have probably put someone on the ground in any other condition. and he runs, arm waving, into the lake and dives in. The lake is very close to her cabin. You guys I didn't quite mark that on the approach, but on the map that we had up, it has actually the lakeside view, and he dives headfirst into it and remains underwater for longer than you'd expect as you watch the water, expecting him to rise. Additionally, Ashley has a gun raised, was raised, waiting for the water, and she says, "Shit, he's not coming back up."
What do you mean he's
Did
not?
I just kill a guy? Did I just kill a guy?
Yeah,
Guys, did I just kill a guy?
No, he ran away.
He's not.
I start hyperventilating.
Swimmer.
He's not dead. Come on, I don't have much experience with shifters. I need you guys to help me out. Come on. We're going back to Joseph's cabin.
Great.
As you guys are walking back to the cabin, she says she's talking to you guys because she sees that most of you guys are panicking or panic attacking in the case of Justin.
All right, everybody hold it.
On the way back to the cabin. I am what they call a hunter.
What was the rest of that?
Which part?
You said
anything after.
For the most part, when I notice my internet stops, I stop talking. So you guys probably don't miss it.
You didn't stop talking.
Okay, for that then.
As she knows that we're panicking,
she says, "I will walk you through it as we're heading back." And as you guys are walking to Joseph's cabin, which isn't a terribly far walk, and you guys are keeping your lights going like kind of erratically because you guys are kind of freaked out now.
I thought I just killed a guy.
You didn't kill him. It takes more than bullets to kill shifters. I'm a hunter. I hunt things that shouldn't exist. Sometimes I write about them on my blog for some income. As she looks to Justin as she says that. But for the most part, I go around, I help people that which need help, and I put things that need to be put down. And you might not believe it, but most of your fairy tales, in some capacity, are based in fact. Most of your horror stories probably have a sprinkling of truth. Monsters exist, boys. I don't care if you...
For real?
I don't care if you believe it or not, but I've hunted werewolves. I've hunted fairies. I've hunted the odd creepy thing that I don't have a name for.
You hunted the boogeyman.
Not yet. No.
Wait.
Yeah.
So for real? That's pretty awesome and scary at the same time.
I just can't pull past it. I don't believe it when I see it. I mean, but I'm kind of worried for Joseph. Dude, his arm was hanging.
Dude, you just shot a dude and he swam away and didn't come up and...
Justin, I'm talking to Patrick. Justin. Can you...
What?
I'm talking to Patrick.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways, what I was saying is I'm kind of worried for Joseph now because his arm was hanging off. He probably needs medical attention. We should probably go look for him.
Did this Joseph have the bandages and stuff on?
No, he didn't. Good call. Also, one thing I'll point out now that you guys think about it after the fact, and probably because I made the checks too high, the other Dustin didn't have Sharpie on him. Peter had Sharpie Dustin when he fell asleep. That's what that first perception check I was trying to get you guys to roll was to notice that he hadn't had the Sharpie on him. Again, it's an obvious thing, but I don't think you guys would have caught it. And you guys are focusing on other things, which is why I made the skill too high, apparently.
All right. So I'm gonna believe you here because we've seen some weird shit tonight, and you know what? It just makes more sense to go with that. And if I believe that sort of thing, that makes it a bit easier for me to deal with because now I know, hey, there is actually something out there. I know what it is, kind of.
All right.
So what else do we need to know? What else? Is there anything else we need to know about fighting shifters, I guess?
I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I don't have much experience with them. They're not as common or not where I've been. Never been really my issue before. I know little bits about them.
Do you know what they do to their victims?
Old hunter's tale. You can tell, the one way to tell if a shifter is a shifter, their eyes glow on video and in pictures. So if you guys got video cameras, next time you're talking to someone you haven't seen for 10 seconds, you bust out that camera and you check them.
What do
Will
they do
do.
to their victims?
Well, I'm not sure, which is why I don't want to tell you your friends are dead, but your friends could be dead. I will say, though, I'm pretty sure the skin and stuff you found, you mentioned earlier, that's discarded from the shifter, not, to the best of my knowledge, from your friends.
Okay.
So what, do they just hide them?
Did you guys tell her? I don't know if I didn't even hear it. Did you guys tell her about running into a friend who was acting weird or not?
Justin
did,
did.
yeah.
That basically sums it up.
He did in a very panicked story. So
Okay.
whether or not she.
And then I confirmed it.
The squirrely one. I'm gonna call him
Dustin.
Squirrely Justin. He mentioned you guys had a friend acting strange. If I
Yeah.
was a betting woman, I'd say that odd acting friend, same figure as Joseph, same being, just changing skin.
So there's
Alright.
not more than one.
I'm
Hopefully.
hoping not.
Alright.
This doesn't have
Alright.
anything to do with that weird, like, witch ward thing that we found, does it?
No. Joseph puts those up around to scare off
okay.
the campers, so that it makes them feel like they're in spooky woods.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
Justin?
Oh,
See?
well,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Guess where I'm gonna hide in your bed?
That's good to know.
Joseph, just so you guys know, is a friend of mine from his old hunting days. He's retired.
Retired?
Retire.
Retired.
Retire.
When did he retire?
Okay.
He's retired.
Joseph is retired,
Oh, retired.
and that's why he opened up the campgrounds so he could make income and not have to go hunting things anymore. Which is, most hunters don't get the chance to retire. So I have a lot of respect for him. I'm hoping he's okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, how do these shapeshifters work then? Do they steal?
Do I look like a fucking library, you scruffy piece of shit?
You know more than we do.
It's true.
I just told you I don't encounter these things. I don't know them very much. We're
Well,
gonna
how
go to
different are
Joseph's
they from
house.
fairies?
He's got a goddamn library in there, and we're gonna see what he knows about shifters because he's been doing this shit for longer than me.
All right.
Stop asking me goddamn questions.
But we're not even at his house yet. We're still walking. I'm
As
just
you-
trying to make conversation.
As you say
When I
this,
get nervous, I talk.
his cabin appears out of the darkness as your lights cross over it, and Joseph's front door is ajar. Not how you left it. As you enter the structure, guns at the ready, as Ashley instructs, if you weren't already.
Let's say shotguns up front.
Do-
Well, she had the other shotgun.
Oh,
That's
we
trophy
lost,
room.
we lost Chris this time.
No, I was just
No, I was-
holding
Oh.
Justin's face because Dustin was holding.
Sorry, I guess I didn't notice it sometimes. You guys don't move a lot. So it's when you stop moving that I notice. But if I'm in a monologue, I have a hard time with it. But stop it, Christopher. Michael aims his shotgun down into the trophy room, and Ashley aims her gun down off to the left. And the door to the southern room you guys haven't seen yet is ajar. And one of you is posted at the hallway to make sure it comes up behind you. As she gets into there, she puts her hand over her mouth and says, "Oh shit, Joseph." And whoever, when you guys kind of get over her shoulder and see, Joseph is sitting in a kind of older leather chair on wheels. Sitting might be an odd term. His corpse is resting in the chair as there is a camping, like a tent pole, rammed through the chair and his chest, pinning him there. He is very much deceased.
Justin, look the other way. Justin, look the other way.
I'm not looking. I'm good.
All right. He's just sleeping.
What the fuck?
Is this the shapeshifter?
The shapeshifter's doing, yes.
Wait, so this is the real one.
This is Joseph.
Oh, and then I just got vomit.
Hearing Chris vomit, I I don't actually
a
throw
computer,
up, but I
like
will.
a nice.
What? Oh.
He's cutting in and out.
Doing that thing again.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. You guys paused for much longer. Thank you, Chris. You're a piece of shit. I don't exactly. Oh, inside the room, other than the gruesome tableau of Joseph pinned to chair, there are a couple more bookshelves. This room's smaller than the hunting room, but there's a couple more bookshelves with really old-looking books, and the desk that the chair kind of goes to. It's a small, rickety desk. Has a very modern computer attached to it. He was apparently using the computer, looking at security cameras that are around the cabin area. And on the screen, there is a shot of Steven, like on the camera, and it's his eyes looking at it, and his eyes are shining. Like it's a clear like their eyes are like white opalescence. The video is like green and black kind of night vision camera, but the eyes, everything else comes in normal with the green hue. Eyes are like very white.
It's just a still shot, or is it an actual?
It's a still shot. It's like that's where he froze it, and it was Steven walking around the back of his cabin.
Damn it, Steve.
Why'd you have to be so drunk?
There
Why
are a
didn't
couple.
you guys bring him with you, even if he was drunk? What the hell's wrong with you?
What am I gonna carry him?
It's a normal thing to experience.
Yes.
Gentlemen, this is not the time to freak out. I need you guys to stay with it. Your friends could still be alive. You didn't see them like this, did you?
No.
I didn't see their glowing eyes. No.
No, I don't mean like eyes. You scruffy.
She means dead. She means dead.
She's pointing at Joseph, the body of Joseph pinned to chair. Then they might still be alive. I can't guarantee it, but we're gonna see what he has in these books and in the books in his hunting area or his trophy room, and I'll see if he has any files on his computer. Or you know what? One of you idiots, you shaky one, you look nerdy as hell. You get on the computer, Squirrely Justin on the computer, and we're looking for anything. Shifters, shapeshifters, changelings, metamorphosis, anything you guys can think of, and I want you to search through it.
Okay, question for you, DM.
I'm actually probably about to ask you a question, so go for it.
So if I pull up my character sheet, I do have lore 2. If you'd allow me to spend a couple of plot points, I'd like to bump that up to a D6. And well, of course, I've heard about shapeshifters. It was I would say
D&D.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've got mythology 8, by the way.
And lore and whatnot.
Mythology 8.
I don't have mythology.
What skills applicable do you think you have?
Me?
Yeah.
Lore.
I'll be honest with you. I'd allow it with a plot point. So yeah, there is
he was gonna spend a couple.
I was going to spend 2 to bump it up to a D6.
Well, there's also a chart if you wanted. If you look at the how to spend plot points. Actually, I have it. I wrote it out because I knew
it's on the character sheet. Actually.
I knew I can't
I got it. Oh yeah, gotcha. Right.
As soon as I find it, plot point 1 to 2 plot points is an inconsequential boon. Am I frozen or is Chris being? Stop doing that, Christopher.
You were frozen. I was doing it for you.
Spending 1 to 2 plot points gets you an inconsequential boon. 3 to 4 would be minor, like a spare bag of rock salt found in the trunk, or a spare battery charger. 5 to 6 would moderate, be like a salt and a gun. In terms of knowing the lore,
would you say 3 skill points? That's half my skill points.
I'd say 5, because knowing how to defeat monsters that you haven't encountered before is half the fun. There's also like research. There's research in this building you're in. I probably wouldn't spend the plot points unless you want to get at it. It is 1026, so I'd say
no, that's fine.
The plot points for later. You can't do what you're trying to do.
I'll hold them.
It's just this particular one, like you have the research materials right in front of you. There in the books, there's something for research. Is that right?
Yeah, I think there is.
I don't remember exactly what it is, and I don't want to make you guys go through it. I'm going to have us look up the rules for research later because I want to see how that works, and because I'm sure some of the information for like how like what works with shape changers is going to be kind of important, and some of it, if you don't know, is going to fuck you. So I'm going to keep that going. What I want to say is the one thing you guys notice on his computer screen on the other tab, because Justin always looks at tabs people have up because he's looking
that's
for
pretty
prawn.
disrespectful.
There's actually a Twitch stream for Awesomeness Dude, which you guys all know, and some of our viewers may know, is our friend Nicholas's Twitch channel. The only
streaming
thing
right now, isn't he?
yes, piece of shit. The only difference is it's not an Awesomeness Dude channel you're familiar with because it says Awesomeness Dude at night.
Gee, it's been.
Let's see what that
streaming
looks
something.
like.
Awesome.
I hope he's. I mean, I hope he's not getting naked.
You guys got the.
We got the what? Oh, we got.
Did you get the Awesomeness Dude at night thing then?
That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Okay.
when you stopped.
Awesome. You guys are like juddering terribly now. Fortunately, we're almost done. I just wanted to point out that this is a different channel. When you like, if someone like maneuvers through it, Justin clicks on the tab because he was using the computer. It's not live now because there's no internet connection. But in like the panels below the Twitch like video window, which are you can still see because the page had been loaded previously, it looks to be a bunch of contact information for people called hunters. And it's got like links to different resources and things like that below it that are useful for all hunters, as well as a section for fake phone numbers. Not really sure what any of this means, but considering what Ashley just told you,
It's
It's what? What is it?
suspense is killing me.
I'd like to know what it is now.
it's a point of corroboration for what Ashley said she does and what she said Joseph does. It's like real world nod to hunters with something that you know tangibly.
And this is how Nick knows. Oh my goodness. Hey, do you know Nick? I call out to
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicky G.
I know a lot of Nicks.
Dude.
Awesomest dude.
Oh yeah. Awesomeness Dude. He's been a huge help to the community.
guys. Nick's a friggin' hunter.
Really, anyone's ever thought?
Huh?
He's been a huge help to the community lately. Not really hunters. We're not really savvy with computers. Don't really have time to work on that while we're out killing things. So he's been huge.
Huh?
Kind of goofy, but take what we can get,
Oh
Huh.
God, Nick is our Garth.
Actually, and I'm gonna wrap it up here with like this the Twitch page up for Awesomeness Dude at night. Nick is actually gonna end up being your Bobby because he's a Bobby to a lot of other people.
That makes sense.
Well, he's more of a Garth being Bobby, I guess, because that happens. But yeah,
Keep saying words and names.
that's fine. Those are supernatural names.
And
Garth Brooks?
we get to tell
Garth.
Nick that he's the
Garth.
reason, all of his friends died.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
Because why the heck would he ever send us to a hunter's retreat?
It's
true.
a retired hunter's retreat.
I mean, really, you'd think that would be pretty safe, actually, technically.
Just so I don't span out while I'm doing it, can someone else talk about the after party and give us a sign off?
Yeah. So we're gonna be heading out now and going into the after party, which is our little time to talk about the most recent episode and other stuff that comes along. Whatever we feel like talking about.
It doesn't have to be related.
No, usually we just
We
talk
usually
about
rip on
anime.
Justin.
And, yeah, that happens a lot.
Rip on Pat.
But yeah,
Rip
so
on
we're
Dustin.
gonna get right into that. But till next week, remember guys, never split the party.
Yes, Leviathan.
Yeah, Dustin.
Oh, I didn't even need to say anything because I was the one giving the.
Yep.